Good morning, cornbread. Good morning, junkyard. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. And welcome to the show. 10 degrees today. 10 degrees. It's 5 degrees warmer than it was the day before yesterday. Yesterday it was 25 degrees at this time. Good morning, Timmy. Can't get it up? No, can't get the temperature up. Uh, it's a little chilly. I should put my robe on. Um, I tried to sleep in till 6 o'clock, but the girl, she wasn't going to have it. She was wanting her victuals, her treats, so she kept it up till I got up. She knows she knows what time it is. She usually jumps on top of me um, within 5 minutes of the alarm going. And there's nothing like it when you wake up and you see a cat staring straight in your eyes. Because you know you're in trouble. Because they don't care. Happy birthday to um, Sandra. Today's her birthday. Wish her happy birthday. I sent her a video. I can't believe how old that woman is. She's old. I am alive. I was here. I was here. Back in, I guess, November, we bought some new fire sticks for the TVs. Fire Stick Max. Well, last night, I'm fiddling around with the fire stick that I had on my TV already. And I'm trying to download the history app. Because it's got it's got some show that's coming on and I want to watch it. And, I guess I'll pay to watch it until the show, season's over with and then get rid of the app. But, our internet, I don't have a TV provider. Okay, so we just buy everything off of the internet. I have the Muscle hosting, but I don't have Sling or anything like that. So my Muscle hosting is $16 a month, and I get 10 times as much as you can get from Sling or Hulu or anything like that. And I get, for one tenth of the price. I don't know what Sling is. It's $50 a month or something like that. So it's $16. It's one third the price. And Hulu is like $80 a month. So, and I can get 4,000 channels plus movies and shows. Thought they kidnapped me too? Well, they tried. And then I told them I didn't have any money, that I was poor. Yeah, I was poor. So they brought me back and then stuck the 20 in my pocket. Yeah, this is like $150, $160. So, so I don't have a TV provider. So I can't get History's channel, the TV provider part. I can watch History Channel on my Muscle TV. The only thing is the show that I want to watch is on at the same time as other shows I want to watch, so I have to record it. So, but it's already went through 5 episodes before I even knew that it's Monster Quest. I always liked the Monster Quest. Well, Roku Live TV, yeah. Anyways, so I was trying to get extra space on my old Fire Stick, and it had my my ESPN, my Disney Plus, and my Muscle hosting had the boxes checked. I wasn't thinking about it, and I clicked on it, and I deleted all 3 of those. So I said, well, so might as well get the new Max stick out and put that or hook it up, and then re-download all that stuff, because I pay for the Disney Plus, the VPN. You guys know what a VPN is. I pay for that, and I pay for the Muscle. So I had to download all that, and the only thing I really had to download was just the Muscle and the VPN. Well, I downloaded the Muscle, and the Fire Stick wouldn't take it. You about ready to quit watching anything? Yeah? Go bareback. There you go. I just, like I said, I don't have an internet provider or TV provider. We just do the straight internet. The internet's $120 a month or something like that. But I have the front tier, 7 gig or whatever, and that's what we run off them. Last night I was checking that. There's like 19 devices that are hooked up to our internet. Not all at the same time. Like some of them are the kids' tablets and stuff when they're here and when they're not here. And if they're not here, they're offline. If they are here, they're online. So, but I have a tablet. I have a phone. I have 2 phones. One phone is just for internet. The other one is my talking phone. And then we have 3 TVs that are hooked onto it. What? Anyways, last night I had to figure out how to get my Muscle working. And what I did is I had to go in and watch a YouTube video on how to do that. And you had to go into developer options. And then you go into the developer options, and then it doesn't tell you there. There is no developer options. You had to go into about, then you had to hit the button 7 times, and then it opened up developer options. So it took me an hour of watching videos to figure out how to get this to upload. And I finally got it uploaded, and it wouldn't take it. And what I started looking, and it was the old app. So I had to upload the new app. And that uploaded, and it worked perfectly. But I spent 2.5 hours yesterday doing all that last night, and I still didn't get History Channel. So it's always something, you're right. But with a new Fire Stick, it has a Roku button, a Disney Plus button, a Prime Video button, and a Peacock button. So those are already downloaded, I guess, on your TV or on your Fire Stick. I don't have Disney Plus, and I'm not going to pay for it because I don't think it's worth it. I do have Amazon Prime, and I do have, because I have the free delivery and stuff, so you get Amazon Prime. And I do have Peacock, because Peacock has Reels, and we watch On Patrol with it. But the other one has Reels on it too. But you can be watching that Reels channel on the other one, and all of a sudden it'll go to, famous and infamous instead of, On Patrol. And it'll start showing you, people in the jails and stuff like that. Well, that wasn't what I was just watching. The TV we got in the bedroom is that way. The one out in the living room is big. It has all that stuff on it. I'll have to check that. Is the new season on it? The reason why I wanted the app is because you can go back and watch the other episodes that you missed. I'll have to check that out when I go in the bedroom again. After I get this one completely figured out, I'm going to put the new Max on the TV in the living room. I think we got I think it's a 60-inch in the living room. I ain't for sure. Seasons 1 through 5. Well, 5's the one that's the latest. I'll have to check that out. Now, it took me probably about 20 minutes to get my remote to pair up with the TV because it wouldn't pair it up. I said, try your volume. So I tried it. Did the volume work? Yes or no? No. 2, try your volume. Did the volume work? Yes or no? No. 3, you had, it said 2 for 12 and then 3 for 12. I got down to 7 for 12 before it finally paired. No, I don't do the hot dog stand. I had a stroke. It'll be 2 years ago, April. I had a mild stroke, a TIA, I guess that's what you want to call it. And after that, Kathy said, "No, you're done." Um, we did 164 events from like 2 weeks before that happened to a year before that happened, from April to April. And we were busy. We were doing auctions on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, and farmers markets on Saturdays and Sundays. So we were doing those, and it just, between doing those every day, coming home, doing all the pots and pans, running to the store in Toledo or Jackson, buying more stuff, it was a job. So, Mr. Neitzel, good morning. Yes, was busy. And with my arthritis and stuff, it was just kicking my ass. I didn't say no to a single customer. I did every auction that was asked of me. Every farmer's market was asked of me. I did everything. I was 10 years younger and in better shape. That would have been a different story. But I'm trying to get my grandson to see if he wants to take over the business. But he didn't want anything to do with it then. So I do have an auction to do on the 7th of March. But I think I'm going to call the guy and tell him I'm not, because my arthritis has really been kicking real bad lately. So, and I'll be the only one there working it. So I think I'm just going to do a hard pass on that. You had to go over, stop, and tell them they could stop. They could park it on your property over there, junkyard. And for like a free food basket every day that they're there, or $20. That's the problem with it. There's like 9 or 10 food trailers in this town, and there's now another hot dog guy in this town. So there's 2 hot dog vendors in this town, and I was one, and then there was another one, and now there's another one. So that would have been 3 of us if we're still doing it. You off the beaten path in the suburbs, yeah. Anyways, we only have like 30,000 people that are in this city, 26,000 or something like that. plus the traffic that comes in and out. But it's not enough. Um, you can be on um, the main drag and still only do 20 or 30 hot dogs a day. So that's not enough to stay alive or to keep a business going. I did better on auctions and flea markets and farmers markets than I did ever sitting out at on the side of the road. On an auction, you're pretty much guaranteed to do 350, which is basically around $225 profit. Well, that's cool. That is good margins. It was good margins. And a food trailer. There you go. What kind of business was you thinking about starting? I think what business to get into now would be these online auctions. Find a person that wants to get rid of a bunch of stuff, grab all their stuff, take pictures of it, and then put it online on an online auction site where you're the auctioneer. Huh, there you go. All you need is a street corner, that's right. Candy subscription box with an option to get a mystery box. Huh. What's in the mystery box? Well, that looks like shit. Hey, mystery solved. you know, there's auction sites called High Bid where they're the main auction hub. You have to pay them a certain amount, but I don't know what it is. But there's a I go into the auction, high bid auction for Ohio, Michigan, and Indiana, and there's constantly, and I do like 50 miles from my zip code for Ohio and Michigan, and then 100 miles for the one in Indiana. And it tells me all the auctions, the online auctions, that are registered with High Bid. Mobile, there you go. That's right. Mo Whiskey, Mo, Mo, Mo. In the midnight hour, she's screaming, Mo, 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 Mo. Um, that would be one of the easiest ones other than, you'd have to have a place to warehouse it so you could have it, readily available. So when the auction's over with, so you need a big building, a couple of trucks and trailers, or a couple of trailers and a truck. Good morning, Square Table. So, other than that, I don't know if you have to be a licensed auctioneer or not, but that's not that hard to get to. Hell, I could have 2 or 3 sales out of my garage alone before I'd even need to find another place, revenue to find merchandise from. And I actually find some good stuff at these auction sites just within 50 miles of the house. I bought that concrete saw. I give $20 for that. I bought a set of cutting torches for $60. I bought a nice heavy duty gigantic lift chair with massage and heat for 110 or $120. A sandblasting table for 12, or a sandblasting cabinet for 12. What else did I get? Oh, a turkey fryer for 10. Bought a Honda 5-horse motor with the CV converter on it. I give $12, I think, for that, or $15 for that. That runs like a champ. Bought a 24-horse Kohler, single cylinder, cast iron. I give $20 for that. It is so heavy that I can barely scoot it. And it's electric start. Got a brand new carburetor on it. I haven't done anything with that yet, but I have plans for that. I'm going to start this spring with it, I guess. I bought a 11-horse Wisconsin electric start. I give $10 for that. That thing had been garage kept for 20 years. Shots, everybody, shots. Shots, everybody, shots. Shots, everybody, shots. Shots, everybody, shots. It's 4-shot Wednesday. Water glass. Shut him up, Joe. Then I bought a Tecumseh 7-horse for $20. And then I got a Kohler 24-horse twin cylinder. I give $20 for. I don't know what I'm going to do with them all. Most likely just sell them, but most of them. We have a flea market in May to do, so I'm going to take a bunch of that heavy duty stuff with me and sell that stuff at the farmer's market. The flea market. It's at the antique tractor. So.
Just so then, because it's 7.
Well, your bus is late. You say hi, Junkyard?
Hi, Junkyard.
Junkyard loves it when you say that. You like to have that Kohler? Yeah. He said bye, good Gretchen.
No.
He said, "Bye, good Gretchen." He did, right there.
Bye.
Bye, good Gretchen.
No, we'll start walking.
You can.
All right, love you.
Love you too.
Be
Have a good
careful.
day at school. Be careful.
I will. Love you, Nana.
Love you too. See you in the morning.
See ya.
Hey, don't start nothing. She keeps it up. Go to the office. They got a problem.
Okay.
Don't
I'll call
start
you.
nothing.
Yep.
The ice is about gone? Well, hell, it's 70 degrees at your place there, junkyard. What, she having trouble with a kid or teacher?
I'm not putting her in the men's room. And the girl's dad's in jail. And the principal told her, go ahead and start it. Because there was other friends in there of that other girls.
Mm-hmm.
And wouldn't even let Gretchen talk. I told her, let me find out you're in the bathroom with her. She said, I was here first. He said, shut up, I'm talking. Right there, get it.
Damn. Where do you live at, Timmy? North Carolina. Well, yeah, they just got hit too the other day.
I guess. Better not get it all over now. Yeah.
Six more inches of snow today. I know that's got to be a killer for South Carolina and North Carolina. No.
Yes.
I didn't go to the city council meeting the other night. We drove through town the other day, and they had snow piled up along the sidewalk, curbs and stuff. And you had to park on the street. And I was looking at that, and I'd have to, walk down a block from where you park so you could get on the sidewalk so you could walk back to the building. So I was going to get on the Zoom, and I didn't do it, but I should have. And then complained about, the city, the businesses are supposed to clean the sidewalks off, okay? Well, the city should be removing the snow that's on the curb where the parking is, and they're not doing it. These guys they're shoveling the snow or plowing the snow or blowing the snow, and they're making snow drifts at the curb where you can't get out of your car and get onto the sidewalk. You have to walk down the street and then, get to the corner and then get on the side, then get on the sidewalk there and then walk down. They do. And did you see people were rioting at the governor's or at the mayor's mansion? They found out that his mommy had a party thrown in her favor just for her from Jeffrey Epstein in 2009, right after he was arrested the first time for being a pedophile. Huh. The hell is that? Excuse me. Yeah, they had a. I watched a video on it today. There was probably 150 people there standing on top of the gates and on the fence screaming at them. So I didn't see what happened. I'm sure, he probably bought off the socialist police and had them beat the living hell out of these guys with rubber hoses, you know. But they're the ones that voted for this guy. I don't feel a bit sorry for him. The bus get there yet? Oh. Are you about done? Huh? I know, they said he was great when they voted for the guy. Yeah. About as worthless as they come. Mondami the commie. That's exactly what he is. I have to powder real quick. Who's attacking a U.S. ship? Somalian pirates? Iranians? All them people at the Grammy stood up and wanted to get rid of ICE, but not a single one of them talked about the people that were killed by illegal aliens or by the Iranians that's been killed in a protest. All they're worried about is ICE. Not a single soul said anything about those people. Jelly Roll, though. He said I might get kicked off the stage for this, but professed his love for Jesus Christ, which I think was really great. There's a few people in the audience that enjoyed it, but you could tell the majority of them communist bastards didn't like it. Haters. Macon Rally, yeah. That is a go. Go now. No. Ought to be dealt with swiftly and fiercely and unequivocally um, justified. As soon as the Iranian dictator, or whatever you want to whatever you call him, said the other day that they had hypersonic missiles and they were going to point them at the United States and use them. As soon as he said that, as soon as those words come out of his mouth, they should have leveled the palace in which he was living in. Just made it a heap of stone. And then the next one that comes up and says something will have a different outlook on life. Now, I don't know. I highly doubt they have hypersonic missiles because they can't even get, a wheelbarrow to work correctly there. But then again, they were able to get carpets to fly. So I don't know. Trump is getting soft. Yeah, you know. Well, all them senators and representatives were bitching. How come you didn't let us know that you were going to Venezuela? Well, why didn't you let us know you were on Venezuela's payroll? That's what he should have said. The ones bitching are the ones who are making money from Venezuela, and there's a lot of them. The majority of them are Democrats that are on the Venezuela payroll that were getting paid from whatever his name was or is. There's a few Republicans too, but the majority are Democrats. And I'm pretty sure Mondami, he was probably in on it too, after he got elected, because he was bitching the most about it. I don't want him in our city. He's not coming to our courthouses. Well, they're not your courthouses; they're the federal courthouses. No. Then you had that Omar that got squirted with vinegar last week. It was such a terrible liquid. Why did she sit there and continue her speech for a half an hour? Why did she wipe it off with a paper towel with no gloves on or whatever? And why did she hug people afterwards? If it was such a Nicolas Maduro, you're right. Why did she wait there and do all that? Because she knew what it was. Arizona, how are you doing? Nice to see you. Well, if it was Karen, if it was holy water, she'd have melted. I'm melting. Yeah. She'd have been like the Wicked Witch of the East or whatever. Yeah. She'd have melted right down into a plastic puddle. Oh. Yeah. Tom Holman said there is enough evidence to start deportation proceedings on her and her family. I say deport them all, each and every damn one of them. Yeah, it should have been goat piss. Oh, my favorite drink. Yeah. Yeah, it would have been her favorite drink. You know how them people are. Oh, goat humpers. Like Trump said, yeah, they contribute nothing to this country but take. That's all they do is take. And I guess some federal liberal judge blocked it so 350,000 Haitians can come into the country. That's all we need is more people on the system because they ain't going to work either. Isn't that where the people are in, I think, Springfield, Ohio, that eat, animals? That's what we need to do to deport some judges. Start arresting them guys. Start arresting judges for their bad decisions. It's no different if a judge lets a killer loose and that killer kills again. That is no different than a bartender giving a drunk another drink so he can go out and drive a car and kill somebody. No different. There's not one bit of difference there. No, I did not. What case was that? What part of the case was dismissed? They didn't let him go. Excuse me, my ankle's itching really bad. Yeah, but they didn't let him go because of the murder. I don't, I don't think, did they? Um, hmm. Oh, yeah. They blocked the death penalty. Um, but I don't understand how they could do that. Because it was a planned killing. It wasn't like this guy was just out there looking for somebody to kill. He was out there to kill the guy. Planned it, waited for it, executed him. Well, we just had a guy in Michigan that went to court for went to a parole hearing. He was eligible for parole. And the state took him back to court and canceled his parole and made it a life sentence without the possibility of parole. The guy has been in prison since 1962. I wasn't even born yet. He's been in prison since 1962 when he broke into a house, attacked a man and his wife and his daughter, killed the daughter with a hammer, beat the man unconscious, and then assaulted the wife. But he's been in prison since 1962 for this. I'm in full favor of the death penalty. If you get a sentence of life in prison without the possibility of parole, why should us as taxpayers pay for somebody to keep drawing breath, keep feeding them, keep housing them, keep taking care of them medically? Because the older they get, the more money we're going to spend on medicine and medical attention. They'll put a new heart in this guy to keep him alive because they have to, because that's the state statute, you know. And I don't think it should happen that way. I think, you know, after 20 years of him exhausting all his appeals and stuff, then, you know, put the syringe to him. Because obviously he's not going to reform. He's not going to be a productive person in the society. And he's never going to get out anyway, so you're just feeding a dead horse. Oh, I'm pretty sure he had a liberal bias, judge. Probably the same damn judge that tried to convict Trump in court. But that's one thing I have been adamant about all my life. And you take another person's life, you shouldn't spend the rest of your life in prison. Well, you should, but your life should be cut short just like that other person's was. I know it. I know climate change, climate warming, global warming, and Al Gore is telling us all about global warming while we're putting on extra clothing for the freezing. Yeah. The only thing's warming up is Al's bank account. He's a waste of skin too. I see Billy and Hillary are going to finally, come in and have a chat. I'm sure they're going to take the fifth every chance they get, because that's their right, and they will. Did you kill Jeffrey Epstein? Did you hang him in this stuff? I take the fifth. Was you there the day that Jeffrey Epstein hung himself? I take the fifth. Did you have any part of Jeffrey Epstein hanging himself? I take the fifth. Have you ever been to the Epstein Island? I take the fifth. Have you ever, engaged in sexual activity with an underage person? I take the fifth. Yeah. No, they're both going to take. They're going to say they're going to rubber stamp. I take the fifth. In fact, they're probably going to have it on a voice recording. So all they got to do is hit the button. I take the fifth. I take the fifth. I take the fifth. I take the fifth. On the advice of my attorney, he's advised me to take the Fifth Amendment. Yeah. Well, they just like the people were sleeping. You can't have cameras working when you plan on killing somebody. Or, now I'm just setting this out there. You can't have the cameras working if you're going to let somebody escape that's a billionaire. You take it the way you want to take it. I don't think Jeffrey Epstein's dead. And I don't think, there was a dead body in the cell because they had to have somebody to take out of there. But I don't think it was Jeffrey Epstein. I don't think they killed anybody. I think this person was already dead and brought up from the morgue. I think Jeffrey, and this may be a stretch, but I think Jeffrey was escorted out of jail, and he's living someplace on his, with his own little house or whatever. And I think he probably changed his looks with plastic surgery or whatever, so he can live a life without being found out. That's my opinion on it. Because I don't understand why a billionaire would kill himself when he has all that money. Even if he went to prison for the rest of his life, he still has all that money. He'll never have to worry about nothing. He'll have not armed guards, but he'll have a security staff around him 24 hours a day to protect him, because he'll be able to pay for it. He probably is in Russia. So, I don't believe he's dead. I've never believed he's dead. Even though I said, Jeffrey Epstein didn't hang himself, he didn't hang himself. So, because he was looking probably at, like 9,000 years to life for all this stuff. So, you're right. Witness protection, black market style. You're right. I do believe he was whisked out of the country, given a new identity, given a new look, and he's still living because he transferred $600 million 2 days before he supposedly died. Now it seems to me, and I may not be the smartest one in the bunch, but it seems to me the government should have had all his assets froze so he couldn't transfer anything. And he did. He transferred $600 million worth of stuff. So how can you do that? Normally when the government goes after you, they freeze all your assets, all your bank accounts, everything. So, he very well could be in the basement. Yeah. The Clintons, I can neither confirm nor deny, but I can speculate, are probably the most crookedest people in the United States. Like I said, I cannot confirm nor deny, but I can speculate. I bet I'm pretty right. All right, everybody, I'm going to get out of here. Y'all have a great day. God bless. Take care, prayers and peace, and we will see you tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard if you're so inclined to join me. Y'all have a blessed day. Stay safe, stay warm, stay dry, stay cool if you have to, but stay yourself. Don't let anybody steal your thunder. And we will see you tomorrow morning, God willing, and the creeks don't rise. Take care, everybody.